Namaskaram and welcome to the second edition of the Green Goddess Green Awards. Yes, I would also always like to start with an invocation because I think it first of all calms me down as a presenter, and I think it kind of spreads the right kind of aura around. So thank you so much. We really have a very special guest coming in today, and then we've had a check with her. She's already waiting. And before I call her in, let me tell you, it's kind of, I'm quite surprised that Dr. Nandita actually took this award from us. I'll tell you why a little later. Before I call in the guest, I would like to make a few announcements because I think it's better to start off by thanking the sponsors. And yes, I would like to start off by thanking Savera, the Brew Room, Amaravati Home Foods, Fruit Print, Swasta, and then Sunoku, and then Kara. All these sponsors have been really good for us, and they've also given us lots of things for the hampers. And before I forget, we have some very special prizes from Swasta. Each voucher is worth about 500 rupees. And you know what the prizes are going to go for today for the best question. And then over the sessions coming next week, I think, let's see who will be winning all those. We've got about 14 vouchers. Good to go. Doc, can I ask you to come in, Dr. Nandita? Guys, there's another edition of my green color. I've been searching my cupboard for green color clothes because I think it's the season to wear the green. And like I said, there's such little occasion now to dress up. So I'm really looking forward to these evenings when I can dress up and everything. It's been such a long time since I even put on my nose stud. Feels so good. Before Dr. Nandita can come in, let me tell you, today is going to be an interesting session, and I hope. And we're going to take the second half of the session with a lot of questions. So I hope all of you have your questions ready.
Okay.
Hey, Doc.
I'm happy. Hello. Just one sec.
Yes, you need to.
I'm happy to be finally in.
That has been a long wait. I've been waiting, but this is what happens like technology, and I'm still happy.
No problem. I just trying to hear you. Put it at the loud.
Feedback. Can you switch it off, please?
Sorry, what?
Is there any other on the feedback, Doc?
No, but I try turning off the fan.
Okay.
Okay. How's that?
Perfect. Perfect. So,
It's so nice to see you, and we're both in green today, Meena.
yes. Guys, are we okay? I think my voice is echoing.
I can hear you really well.
I think some of the people watching are saying there's a voice is echoing.
Greetings to everyone.
Doc, would you like to say hello?
Yes. Greetings to everyone. Hello. Can you hear me?
Doc, would you instrument on Doc?
You can't hear me?
There's an echo, so that it's echoing. There's nothing.
Now? Is it better now?
Reduce volume.
Reduce the volume? Okay. Okay. But then I can't hear. How is this? I saw the. Okay.
Would you like to put that on?
Sure. Hello. Is this better? Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better now?
Put it on. Don't give me- I don't have any laptop around. There's nothing around that echo.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But you're hearing an echo, is it?
I'm hearing an echo.
Okay.
Actually, there's nothing around.
Oh.
My voice, this is not audible.
Okay. Is it better now by any chance?
I'm
Are you-
using this camera. Guys, is this better? Is my voice better? Your voice is good.
Okay.
Sujata, is my voice better now? Sujata?
Is it better now with the phones? No, phones also off. Phones also off. Is this on? Is it better now? Yeah, just check it.
Okay, now they say it's clear. Okay, good. Much clearer? Good. Super, super. Okay, Doc, good to go. Let me start right from the beginning by saying thank you for coming in, Doc.
I'm so happy to be here. And do tell me why I shouldn't accept the award.
Okay, now I'm just going to introduce you and then we're going to go on to the award. Dr. Nandita Shah, founder of Sharan. There's some noise around this. Please check. Dr. Nandita Shah is the recipient of the prestigious Nari Shakti Award 2016, the highest award for women in India, for a pioneering work in the field of health and nutrition from the President of India, the Honorable Pranab Mukherjee. Dr. Shah is a registered medical doctor, specialized in homeopathy from Mumbai, and she has been practicing since 1981. But doctor moved from Mumbai to Auroville, which is an international spiritual community, in 1999. It was a perfect opportunity to be in nature and closer to animals, which doctor loves. After experiencing changes in her own health through a whole plant-based diet and the health of several serious patients, it became clear that treating with food was not only faster and more consistent in reversing diseases than medicines could ever be, but extremely simple and cost-effective. Dr. Shah founded Sharan. You know what Sharan stands for? Sanctuary for Health and Reconnection to Nature and Animals. That's Sharan for you. In 2005. You know, for many days, Doc, I thought your name was Sharan. I always thought it was Dr. Sharan. In 2005, with the vision of helping people make the connection in order to heal themselves and the planet. She says, healing means to make whole. Our personal well-being is interconnected to that of all other beings on the planet. I had to make that connection. Today, Sharan is at the forefront of disease prevention and reversal through nutrition and lifestyle in India. Sharan conducts talks, seminars, workshops, cooking classes, online programs, retreats, and also facilitated training. Ladies, I present to you Dr. Nandita Shah today. Doc, just to get it, just to go back to, I was very surprised that with all those awards and all those accolades that you have, why did you agree to accept an award from the Green Goddess? You hardly know us.
Well, I really appreciate the fact that you, Savera, have taught your chef whole plant-based cooking, and I think that's one big step. Right now we have family, and it's in
I can't hear it at all, Bish.
infertility and also autoimmune diseases and some cancer too. And now our work is even more important than ever before, just because we all know that if you have any of these underlying diseases, then the pandemic is worse. I mean, get COVID-19, you're more likely to suffer morbidities. Can you hear me well?
Doc, I think a lot of both of us are not clear. Possible for both of us to go and come back again and
Sure. Sure, but don't forget to accept my request.
yes, Doc. In the meanwhile, get comfortable, check your instructions.
Yeah. So I'm going. I'm leaving.
Yeah, Doc, I will come back. We'll come back. This is better. What about everyone else? I need someone to tell me. Is doctor clear? No. Guys, can you tell me or am I okay? Okay, I'm going to go for the. They say this is still an echo. Yeah.
I can't hear you clearly. Which I can.
There was no echo when
I can't hear you well.
One second, I'm calling you.
Okay. But if you call me, I'll have to leave this.
No, hang on, Doc. I think this is getting better. Yeah, now we can hear you. What did you do, Doc?
I just took it nearer to me.
Super. Now this is perfect.
Okay, that's great. So let's go ahead.
Yes.
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just stay there, Doc. It's just a 30-minute session. Let's go for it.
Yes.
Okay, guys, do you need an introduction to Doc?
You already gave an introduction.
Okay, got it. Okay. Doc, let's go for it. And now you need to tell us why did you accept the award, and then we start from there. Just to tell you all, Doctor is the recipient of the Vegan Angel Award from the Green Goddess. So can we just applaud for Doctor, please?
Okay. So, Sharan's vision is a healthy India, and we are trying to build a culture of health in India. And we were happy to know that you were one of the first big hotels to train your chefs in whole plant-based cooking. And I really appreciated at the time when I came there, and we had a talk by me and all the food was whole and plant-based. I really appreciate that you did all that effort. And I know that it's helping a lot of people. I do also know that there are some people from your team who have joined our salad revolution last month and gained a lot from it. And I do want to say that we have another salad revolution, which is the exact same thing, coming up this weekend. And so if anyone wants to get healthy, Here's your chance. It's free. You just go to Sharan website, sharan-india.org, and you can join the salad revolution. And so we're trying to build a culture of health. And Nina, I'm so happy that you too understand health and wanted to build that culture of health in your hotel as well.
But right now, Doc, yesterday with our earlier recipient yesterday, I had a couple of things in common with her. But today looks like I don't have that much common because I'm a non-vegetarian still. I'm still eating my eggs. Yes, I've given up my meat. But remember when I met you in March, that was the time you came to speak at the Duchess Club. I said I was going to try to give up milk, and I'm glad to say it's about 3.5 months and I haven't had a drop of milk.
Congratulations. You know, I always say there are two kinds of people, vegans and those yet to become vegans. Because right now we see what's happening in the world. You know, the pandemic started in the wet markets. Then the meat production, you know, the meat production companies had so many cases in the US that they had to close down meat packaging. Now Chennai has closed down meat. So there are many people who are getting the message because, you know, if the pandemic is, when I always say that whenever we get symptoms, it's our body telling us that we need to change. So whenever the whole world is facing symptoms, we are being invited to make a change in order to save ourselves. And the choice is ours. So we really need to do something about it, you know. That's why I think it's so important.
To everyone else who has come in a little later, we are in conversation with Dr. Nandita Shah, who's the recipient of the Vegan Angel Award. Vegan Angel, that's all you, Doc, from the Green Goddesses. Now, can we just go back to your journey in how did you get here, Doc?
Yeah. You know, I grew up as a vegetarian, but my parents, like most other people, thought that milk was really healthy, and I grew up drinking 3 glasses of milk a day and curds and cheese and whatnot. I was actually living in Canada. So at a time when cheese was not available in India, I was consuming cheese because I was living in Canada. Anyway, in the early 1980s, my father found out that in order for us to consume milk, a cow has to be artificially inseminated. And, you know, we are all women, mothers, and, you know, if we think about it, it's rape, right? So a cow has to be artificially inseminated so that she'll give birth, because she cannot produce milk without giving birth. And then her baby is taken away from her so that all the milk can be sold. And, you know, I'm a doctor, so I recognized all this. And then I also, you know, recall that when I was young, my grandmother used to make a delicacy from colostrum. And it broke my heart. I thought that, wow, you know, how can human beings be so cruel as to take away mother's first milk from her baby? Like, imagine if it would happen to us. And now I live in a village, Auroville, and I see calves tied up away from their mothers and male calves going to slaughter or being sold the very first day that they're born with their umbilicus still hanging, and it only gives me pain. And I could never be a part of this, you know. And I live on the beach in quiet, and I see fish and I see dolphin dying every day. And, you know, I know that a fish considers its life as important as we consider ours. And now we have this pandemic and we're making such a big scene about it.
That was
right? We're so scared.
So how do you connect? I mean, I think you're here at the right moment, because we're in the midst of this really terrible COVID, the pandemic. And what are the lessons that we're going to learn from it?
Well, I think people are already learning lessons. Like, for example, I do know that in the West, meat consumption is dropping quickly. It's not just because of the meat packaging companies that are closing down. That's part of the reason, of course. But another part of the reason is that people have recognized this for ages and they have built up an alternative to meat. You know, why are people not leaving meat? Because they love the taste, not because it enriches their health, not because it makes them feel better, because they love the taste. And now, if we have tasty meat alternatives, which are also healthier, why would people eat meat? And today we have climate change. So there we have something in common because you're interested in climate change and so am I. And today we have climate change. And did you know that the biggest cause of climate change is animal agriculture?
Yes,
And there's another reason that
But tell us about your personal journey into this, Doc, because from yesterday, I've been only listening to Dr. Shah. I've been going through all your videos, and I think I know so much about you. I want everyone to know how you, your journey from illness to wellness, your personal journey.
Oh, you are asking about that part. Okay. Well, but I want to say that, all this started in me even before I got sick. I started making changes even before I got sick because being a doctor, I became a doctor to relieve suffering. And when I saw that the maximum suffering is what we induce in animals, I had to change. Anyway, I suffered from an autoimmune disease called Guillain-Barré, which caused a total body paralysis, so much so that I couldn't even turn in bed. And being a doctor, I knew the effects of the medicines that they normally give. So when all my doctor friends told me that I should get myself admitted in hospital, I knew that I did not want to take immunoglobulins and steroids, which was the treatment of choice at that time in hospitals. And so I treated myself at home without any medicines because I know that, when we get symptoms, it's our body telling us something. And if you take a medicine, it's like a bandage, you're closing it to the world and you don't notice it so much, but it's not gone. Like, for example, even with, people who have cancer and they take chemotherapy. And chemotherapy is great because it kills all fast-growing cells and cancer cells are fast-growing cells. But if you don't take away the cause of cancer, then recurrences occur and they occur and occur and occur. And now it's so important that we all raise our immunity. Anyway, being a doctor, I knew all this at that time. And so I was willing to take a chance on myself because, I would never advise someone something that I would not do myself.
Right.
That's great. Yeah. So, and now I'm fine. And, I also, thanks to the autoimmune disease, because it made me think, what is the cause of my illness? And it was like my body was saying, stop, which means at least slow down. And I was working really hard at that time and I was forced to slow down. And it also made me move to Auroville because Auroville was a way for me to slow down because my practice was very busy in Bombay. And, I would, like, even when I started walking again after my Guillain-Barré and I went back to clinic, it was busy. I knew that the only way that I could get away from my patients is to find another doctor to take over my clinic and move out of Bombay. And it was the best decision of my life.
I think so. Because I think coming closer to Chennai, I think all of us benefit so much from you and your team. And let me tell you, your team, I've been interacting with Chef Neelima. I hope she's watching. And also Somna Sachdev. I think wonderful people that you have in your team, Doc. And I think they're really spreading, what you want them to spread about good health. So,
and you know why they're so wonderful? Because each one of them, like we have a rule that nobody joins our team unless it's their personal practice and they have benefited. Right. And so Like, because you can't tell someone to do something that you aren't doing yourself, right? And
Yes.
therefore, they're
Doc.
all really passionate.
Just coming back to what actually Dr. Shah is all about. Dr. Shah is majorly into reversing diabetes. And I think you need to pick up all the books that we have also here. And I think just get to her website, pick up her books, and there's some fantastic recipes that we all have. Remember, Doc, I picked this up at the talk when you came here. So it's all here with me. So
Oh,
coming back to the diet that you really propagate, it's all about plant-based whole foods, right, Doc? That's what you talk about.
yeah. Well, we grow up thinking we're omnivores, right? But we also have to recognize that we're so sick. And there's no benefit of being vegetarian over being non-vegetarian. That's because meat and milk have the same properties: high protein, high fat, and no fiber, right? So when a non-vegetarian goes out to eat, they'll order chicken. And when a vegetarian goes out to eat, they'll order paneer. Now it's the same in our body. We are all getting sick. But why is chicken and paneer bad for our body? Because it's a food that it's not the food that nature or God designed for us, right? Like if you were to go to a farm or an orchard and you see fruits and vegetables, you feel like picking and eating them.
Yes.
But when you see a chicken walk by, or the goat or the cow, our mouth doesn't water. And we can't even eat these animals raw or whole, which their true predators can. Like if a dog.
Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
guess you can only eat it when you smother it in all the butter and the ghee and the spices. Only then. That's what it's all in the preparation. You're right.
I mean, that's what makes it attractive. But, if you were to eat it raw, you'd get sick, right? Like any true carnivore can eat their prey raw, but we can't. So we have to recognize it's not our food. And as far as milk goes, the instinct is within us. Every baby loves their mother's milk. But when they're first given cow's milk, they don't appreciate. And that's because in nature, every mammal produces milk only for its young, and we are not cows, right? Now, it's so simple to get healthy. Like if you just eat the food that nature or God designed for us, we are well on our way to reversing diseases and reaching our highest health potential.
And Doc, and you always give it substitutes because, like I was saying, the most important thing for an Indian, is a cup of chai in the morning. And then you have given a substitute for that. You say you can have almond milk, you can have cashew milk, you can have peanut and the soya milk. All this can make a cup of chai. So actually, we really don't miss much when you're off milk. So I'm going to go into the questions a little later after this because I'm sure some people are waiting to know much more. So before that, I just want to know, with the vegan diet, this is for records, Doc, what do you think the body is missing? Because we all say that, calcium deficiency or, omega-3 and stuff like that. We always say that, the body can get deficient because you do not eat certain kind of protein in milk and eggs and stuff. What's your advice, Doc? Ask us.
Who spread these myths? It's the dairy and meat industry. Because think about it. Whatever meat has in it or whatever milk has in it has come from plants. I mean, plants are the only things that originally produce food, and we can get it directly from plants. We don't need to feed plants to cows in order to get something back, right? So actually nobody misses anything. However, no matter who you are, vegetarian, non-vegetarian or vegan, you can have a deficiency of vitamin B12 and D. And that's across the board. But there's nothing you will miss. In fact, there's a lot you will gain if you're completely plant-based because you'll have more vitamins, more minerals, more phytonutrients, more immunity, and you will be able to fight COVID-19.
Thank you, Doc. And I also know that a lot of celebrities are joining in. I think one of the newest people has been Virat Kohli, and he's an athlete, right? And he's a complete vegan. So these people, I think, are going to inspire us on our new journey from here. But the only deficiency that you have also mentioned is, I think, about vitamin B12 and vitamin D, and then you advise supplements only for that. So that is what I could deduce and from your talk.
Yeah, and I really want to tell the people who are listening that, you know, if you go to our website, sharan-india.org, then under Try Vegan, there's a write-up about vitamin B12 and vitamin D. And this is for anybody, whether you're vegan, non-vegan, or vegetarian, right? Doesn't matter. Everybody needs to read this. Everybody needs to get their B12 and D checked. And everybody needs to take supplements if it's low.
Doc, just to open you up to the questions, before that, whatever I could understand from Doc, this is a famous saying from her book again. When diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. When diet is correct, medicine is of no need. Correct, Doc?
Right.
Those are your words from there, yeah? So now let's get on to the questions. Doc can take a couple of questions. And like I said, mostly I think people will ask you about milk. So let's go for it, Doc. Yeah, I'm going to tell you who's asking.
Okay.
I think we have Amisha with, what about honey? It's obtained from insects.
Correct. So I would love to talk about honey, and I just want to tell the viewers here that they don't need to go to me to find out the answer, because the answer is within them. So if you saw a beehive, would your mouth water? It's that simple, right? So honey is not our food. And you know, up to now, I've just talked about plant-based, but there are two more things that are very important, and that is whole, right? Mm-hmm. Like a dog eats a chicken, it eats skin, bones, beak, claws, blood, everything. But we can't eat all that, right? So in nature, almost every species eats its food whole, right? Mm-hmm. Now, we can eat all the vegetables and fruit in the whole form, but we cannot eat we cannot eat, say, a beehive or certain, you know, things whole, or even a chicken or a goat or a cow whole. A lion can eat a cow whole, right? So second is whole, and the third is that we are the only species that, so before I go there, whole means unrefined, okay? Mm-hmm. We're consuming a lot of refined foods, for example, sugar or oil or white rice or white flour. These don't have high nutrients. They're only calories. And then we wonder why we are so fat as a species, right? And then the third thing is we are the only species that sprays our food with poison so that other animals don't eat it. And then we eat it. Other animals are smart enough. So the reason we eat it is because we are far removed from the farms. Like if you were on the farm when they were spraying pesticide, you would not eat it.
For right? Sure.
Right. So we have to be more careful and eat only organic. And somebody is asking about pesticides used on grass in which cattle eat. And I do want to say that dairy in India, when a survey was done by the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, which is about 9 or 10 years ago, they did a survey over 50,000 samples all over India. And they found that milk 10 years ago contained 570 times the permissible levels of pesticide. Today, it's more. So when you eat higher on the food chain, when you eat animals that have eaten other things, then the pesticide concentrates and we are consuming more. And that's why it's really important to eat only plant-based and organic if you can.
And guys, what better time than times like this when I think, you know, all of us are at home. I think we're more fine-tuned to, you know, our food habits and things like that. There's just one more question from Falguni, who says she also has an autoimmune disease. But I guess, can you tell them how they can contact you later, Doc, once and for all, so people can make a note of it?
Sure. So I want to tell you lots of things that we can help you with right away. And one is that this weekend we have the salad revolution. And as I told you all our facilitators are totally passionate because they themselves have seen the benefit, and therefore that's a great place to go, right? This weekend. How do you go there? You register on our website. So then what is our website? sharan-india.org, right? Or even if they go to our Instagram page, they will be led to our website and Salad Revolution. So that's something that they can do. And if you go to our homepage and see book a consultation, then you will be able to book a consultation right away. And we have a team of passionate doctors too.
And I think you, like I said, you've got a passionate set of people, and I think there are many. You know, we would like to come as a Green Goddess team with a bunch of people. I think we're going to come for one of your workshops and going to stay in Auroville. Really looking forward to that as soon as all this comes back to normal. We have one last that we're taking from Shailaja.
You know what? It's in our hands to bring it back to normal. We have to change.
I think it's a responsibility which lies with each of us. So coming back to last question of today, Doc, she's talking about, you know, animal testing. What are your comments on it? Advance in medicine and animal testing. Your comments, Doc.
Okay, so you know, when we do animal testing, we usually do it with medicines, right? Medicines are tested on animals before they come to us. Now, when medicine works, they say, wow, it works on animals, let's use it on humans. When it doesn't work, they say, animals are different from humans, let's use it on humans. And so many medicines have come into the market, which later it was found out were harmful to humans, and then they've been taken off the market. And a very good example of this was the thalidomide that were given during pregnancy, which caused deformities. So we really have to be aware that animal testing is not the way. But you know what? Sharan is even beyond animal testing because we are on no medicines, right?
Right.
Nobody would take a medicine if they were completely healthy. So we are helping people be completely healthy so that they don't have to take any medicine, no Ayurveda, no homeopathy, nothing at all.
So we just come back to that healthy living, no pills, no medicines. And I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Pritika Chari, who's actually with us now. So hi, Doc. I'm happy that you're here with us. And Doc, you know what? We are looking forward to doing a vegan conference with the Green Goddess. Whenever, like I said, whenever you're ready, we will be really happy to partner with you. And we're going to reach out to as many people in Chennai as possible. I think as a part of this partnership with you, we would like to do that for you whenever you're willing. Please.
Fabulous. So we are ready, but we cannot do it till we all change and get rid of this pandemic.
Yes,
right? Unfortunately, we want to do a vegan conference, but we have to go vegan before we can do the vegan conference.
Okay, we can work towards that, Doc. So thank you so much for being with us. And I'm sorry about the earlier glitches. I think it's all been sorted out, and we've had a very, very inspiring session today. So thank you very much, Dr. Nandita, for being with us. And I'm super happy that you have been the recipient from us of the Vegan Angel Award from us. And thank you once again. And thank you so much for being with us today. Bye-bye.
I thank you for this and all you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So guys, how was that? There's so much more to Dr. Nandita than what you just heard today. And you just have to just open up. You've got YouTube videos, you've got lots of recipes, lots and lots of beautiful recipes. And we're going to put the names of the books on our page from now onwards. On Insta, you will be seeing about your recipe books and about all the cooking classes that they conduct. And really looking forward to a much healthier Chennai. So signing off from the Green Goddess. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for coming in. Bye-bye.